Hello everyone, welcome to Defender for Cloud in the Field. To all of you that are coming back to this channel, and precisely to this playlist, thank you very much. If you are not a subscriber, make sure to go to our playlist, the AK link below, and subscribe. We are going to have lots of new things coming up to Ignite and post-Ignite as well. So make sure that you stay tuned and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications. Today, we are going to continue to talk about storage security. Our last episode, we have Lior talking about storage security, and we're going to expand today with our guest that is actually first time in the show. And I want to welcome Eitan Bremler. Eitan, thank you very much for being on.
Thank you, Yuri, for having me.
Yeah, we were planning this for like months and months, and finally it's happening. So I appreciate you taking the time to share all the goodies that you are bringing to improve customers' experience when it comes to storage security. And I want to kick off this conversation by asking you about the use case scenarios, the most common one that customers are using the malware prevention capability in cloud storage.
Okay, perfect. So when we look today at Defender for Storage, we see two main use cases. One is in the internal use case, which is kind of a cloud drive or internal applications storing files, mainly internal files. And the second use case, which we call clearinghouse, is where external users upload files into the organization. So it's external files. Think about HMOs. So you're uploading your medical information to your HMO or to your CPA or to a bank. Or a business partner uploading files into a company. In all of these scenarios, as opposed to the internal scenario where the trust level is higher, here there's pretty much no trust, right? It's a zero trust environment. You have someone from the outside, presumably a customer, uploading files into my organization, and those files are then ingested by the application or by a user. This is the main use case where we've been asked by customers who already had Defender for Storage scanning the files to say, okay, I want to also respond or remediate in case there is a malicious file coming in from the outside. And that's why we call it a clearinghouse scenario, where files come in to kind of a DMZ, if you will, storage account, which is dirty, in a sense, or regarded as dirty. That's where we scan the files in this DMZ storage. If a file is clean, the application will ingest it internal, or it is moved to an internal storage account, which is clean, from where the file will be ingested. If the file is deemed malicious, until now, we only alerted. And the pipeline of the application had to take the alert and take a decision, maybe move this file into a dirty storage account. We'll talk about this later. But what we now offer with the new feature is the ability to delete the malicious file in storage. Essentially, quarantine the file in the dirty storage account. And that way, organizations can be sure that they're only moving clean files into the organization. So again, the main use case we're seeing is this clearinghouse use case, mainly for external files coming in.
Interesting. But in how organizations are dealing with the spread of malware on storage accounts today, and what challenges they face with the current capabilities?
Right. So before having the automated remediation, organizations or companies had to develop their own pipeline where they had to deal not only with clean files, but with dirty files or malicious files as well. So they had to manage dual pipelines. One pipeline which looks at, let's say, the index tags, post-scan. If the index tag is clean, I move the file to a clean storage account. If the index tag is malicious, I either block access with ABAC or move the file to a quarantine storage account. The problem here is that they had to code everything, all the pipelines by themselves, both the clean pipeline and the malicious pipeline, manage the different storage accounts, the clean and the dirty storage account on the inside, continuously manage the code and manage the software, right? Wherever something might break. And if you have multiple application teams, each application team had to manage their own pipeline. So again, think about different teams or different departments within an organization ingesting files from the outside. So each one of these departments has to manage the code or has to develop the code to do remediation or response for malicious files. And that the challenge here is the cost of ownership of managing these pipelines, maintaining the software, maintaining the code. What happens if someone leaves the organization and that knowledge is lost? So there was a lot of overhead in managing these pipelines, which is one of the main reasons companies came to us and say, okay, it's a burden on us to manage this pipeline. How can you help us alleviate this burden and simplify and automate the process?
So that's a great segue for our next question, which is what are we bringing to the table with this new capability?
Okay, perfect. So basically, the new malware automated remediation capability, as we'll see in the demo, like I said, allows to soft delete. We use the built-in capability of Azure Storage, Azure Blob Storages, which support soft deleting a single blob. And we use this feature to actually delete malicious files. So whenever you scan a file, whether it's on demand or on upload, if the file is deemed malicious, we automatically delete it if the feature is enabled in storage. Of course, you can then restore the file if you want to do checks to further investigate the file, maybe send it to us for investigation. But the idea is that now organizations can rely on us and feel confident that a malicious file will not leave this dirty storage account. If it's malicious, it's deleted. If it's clean, the pipeline can move it inside. So basically, you now need to manage only one potential pipeline, the clean pipeline. You might want to manage a second pipeline, which is post-restore, if you want to move it for further investigation. But your focus now is on the clean pipeline, is on how do I ingest clean files, knowing that the malicious files are deleted and essentially kind of quarantined in the storage where they were deleted. The nice thing here is that this feature is enabled either on the storage account level or subscription level. So if each department has its own application, its own storage account, all they need to do is either enable it for their storage account or inherit this capability from the subscription, and they automatically have it. They don't need to start coding pipelines for malicious files. And again, it works for both on-demand and on upload, completely transparent once it's enabled.
Perfect. Now, what are the prerequisites to use this capability, and what really the steps customers need to follow to enable this feature?
Okay, so basically what you need is Defender for Storage v2, the per storage plan with malware scanning enabled. Once you enable malware scanning, the on-upload malware, again, either on this per storage account or your specific storage account or on the subscription level, the feature is already there. We'll see this in the demo. You just enable it. It's an opt-in feature. It's you need to choose to enable this. You need to make sure soft delete is also supported on your storage account. We will try to enable soft delete on your storage account once you initially enable the remediation capability. And if we are not able to enable soft delete because of permissions or something like that, we will alert you that we were not able to enable soft delete. If we are able to enable soft delete, then once you start scanning, if we find a malicious file, we will delete it, and we augmented the malware found alert with the deleted portion. So if you, until now, whenever we found a malware, we just said malware found or malware upload. Now, if it was also deleted, we'll give you an additional information which says the malware is also deleted. So you know it's deleted, and you know if it was not deleted because there was a change. So for example, if after you enabled soft delete and everything works fine, you went or someone went and disabled soft delete on the storage account, we will not re-enable it. We will let you know the next time we find a malicious file that it was not deleted because there was a configuration change. So you need to go then and modify the configuration. So the only time where we change the configuration is the initial activation of the feature.
All right. So let's make sure that we take a look on this in action. So, you have a demo.
Okay, perfect.
Let's switch here to the demo real quick and let's go.
Okay, so what we see here is our storage account or auto response number 1. We're at the Microsoft Defender for Cloud blade. Now, what you can see here, this is the basically Defender for Storage configuration. Going into settings, you will see we have now a new feature called soft delete. It is now in public preview. It is enabled. I will remove it to show you what happens when a standard scan happens. I'll now go to my container and let's upload a file. So I upload my file. Okay, and this is a malicious file. If I'll go here, I'll see, as always, that I have my malicious result, right? Now, as you can see here, the file is still in my storage account. This is old behavior, right? And an alert was sent, etc. So if I'll go back, if I'll go to my alerts, you will see here, it will refresh in a second, but a malicious file alert, the standard alert will come up because automated automation delete is off. Okay, and you see here our alert. You see malicious file uploaded, not deleted because soft delete is off. If we go back now, let's remove this file. Let's delete it. If I go back here and I go into settings and enable soft delete, again, you can also enable it on the subscription level. It will be inherited to all the storage accounts. Okay. Now if I go in here and I upload a file, let's browse for the file again. Let's upload 2 files in this case. Okay, initially you see that both files are here. If I will refresh now, you will see Jane Doe disappeared. It was deleted, as opposed to my other file, which is clean. We can see this zip file, which is no threats found in the index tag. If I look at my active and deleted blobs, I will see the file here was deleted. I can now restore it. I can undelete the file. If I want to now start managing the flow of investigation, and if I click here, you will see it is malicious, a malicious tag. Now, if I go and now run an on-demand, let's go here and run an on-demand scan on my storage account. It's now scanning, it's enumerating. Okay, done. If I go back here, the file was deleted again. Okay, so the on-demand saw the malicious file and removed it. And if I go to my alerts, you will see here now a different alert, the automatically deleted alert. I can go in to the alert and the infected file was automatically soft deleted. So we added information to the alert. Okay, if I go to view full details, you'll see we added information about the automated response. It was succeeded. If there was would have been any problem, okay, this would have been failure, right? If there was any issue with deleting the blob, this would have shown failure. All of this information, of course, is also visible in Defender portal. Okay, all the entire information about the alert. In terms of the configuration, then of course, if I go here to data protection, this is where soft delete has to be enabled. Okay, so this is the only configuration we do on the soft delete level. And that's it, pretty much.
Wow, this is really good, Ethan. This is something that customers really were looking for, and I'm glad that you and the team brought this to fruition. So great job there. One last question. You said if we are not able to delete, what will be the situation in your experience that this could happen?
So it could happen in a few scenarios. One, a user might come here and disable soft delete on the storage account level, right? In that case, when we will try to soft delete, we won't be able because the feature is disabled. We will not try to re-enable it because we only try to re-enable at the initial phase. We don't try to do it later on. In addition, if someone changed permissions, okay, and we're not able to soft delete, again, that scenario, it's mainly configuration scenarios. Otherwise, everything works perfect.
And when we identify, for example, that we try to delete and the feature is not enabled, do we say the feature is not enabled?
Yeah. So in the alert, we'll give you text explaining why we're unable to soft delete.
Got it. Okay, that's great because that way customer can troubleshoot and understand what's happening. That's awesome.
Correct.
Great work, Ethan. Any final thoughts and recommendations to our customers, or just go ahead and try to use it?
No, try use it. Give us feedback. We're planning on evolving the feature moving forward, and that's based on your feedback. So test it out. Give us your feedback.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you very much again for making
You're
yourself
welcome.
available and for demonstrating the feature. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, this is a wrap for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching this episode and for being a subscriber for the show. Stay tuned. We have much more to come.